everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia Gogan. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week. And guys, if you are not new, you're probably like, why are we here in your room? That's because I just recently made a video on becoming a new version of you this fall. Okay, we talked a lot about changing your environment, getting new playlists, making mood boards, and if you didn't watch that video, you need to go watch that video. And something that I need to do when it comes to switching into this new identity, this it girl, this becoming her vibe that I had created from that video, it requires me to go through my closet and to reorganize, to get rid of things that I don't need. Naturally, also, fall is coming, so we always tend to usually switch from summer to winter clothes or like summer to fall. So I definitely need to do that. I have so many new velvet hangers that I just bought off of Amazon, which I will link down below, so that I can actually hang up all my stuff, because that is like not the main reason why my closet is insane right now, but that's definitely part of it. And I figured, why not just make a video on cleaning and organizing? But as we do that, I did ask you guys questions on my Instagram. I just asked, like, you know, what questions do you have about finding your own style this fall or feeling confident in your clothing style? And I got some good questions, so I figured why not just like answer them as we do this. So the first thing on my list is I need to go through all of my clothes here, and I actually have two other closets filled with a lot of coats and sweaters and stuff, but this one, I want to go through all of my pieces of, first of all, this is just a mess, okay? I want to go through all my pieces of clothing and get rid of the things that I do not need. And what I'm going to do is have piles. So I'm going to have a pile of things that I do not want and I'm going to throw out because it's like trash essentially. And then anything that I want to give away, like secondhand, whatever. And that way I can see everything that I have and I can decide what I want to put kind of in the back for summer, because it's like summer is basically over now, and put all the things that I actually wear at the front, and also organize it color coding style, because that's what I like to do. Now I also have these things here too, which I think I got them on Amazon. I'll try and link them if I can. This has just a bunch of, like, literally, you would think I had like the hottest of hot girl summers looking at this. Like, this is nothing, you can barely even really see it, but this is insane. This is supposed to have bikinis in here. It has jeans in here. It has things that I've not worn in so long. And one of you guys had asked how to let go of clothes. And I don't have any other real advice other than you have to just be truthful to yourself. Like, okay, I really think that us women, we like to lie to ourselves a lot. And I'm not, like, listen, I'm putting myself in that category, okay? We like to tell ourselves that we're gonna wear this thing, or we're gonna, it's not even about, oh, like, if it doesn't fit, we're gonna fit into it. It's not really like that. It's just like, we don't like to fully like see the truth of what's in front of us sometimes. And the truth is, how many times have you worn, let's see, how many times have you worn this, Alicia? Really being honest with yourself. Is it something that you could potentially actually see yourself wearing? And I know we can lie to ourselves and say that we will, and then we never do, and that's the issue. But realistically, like, okay, I'm not gonna wear this all the time, and that's also okay. You're gonna have pieces in your closet that you just don't wear all the time. That's fine, but realistically, like, if you had no other thing, would you actually be confident going out in public wearing this at the beach? And if the answer is no, then why do you have it? And I just think that it's keeping up space that you don't really need. So I don't know, that is my best tip. So I'm going to take out everything that I do not need, and I'm gonna put them into piles, and then we'll see what we get. Okay, so this is how my room is looking so far. This is what is left, obviously everything in here as well, that I want to keep. I made two piles over here. One, like, this just needs to be thrown out. This is all things that are stained, things that cannot be worn, very, very old. And I also went through my socks and my underwear as well. It's just not in here yet. And then this is a pile that I'm going to sell. These are things that are nice, but I don't wear them, I don't need them, they either don't fit me, etc. So I have these boxes here, and what I like to do is put anything that needs to be folded in here, because obviously, as you can see, I don't really have a dresser, and then everything else will be hung up. And what I'm going to do is put all of my summer clothes in the back and then move all of my hoodies, everything that I would wear essentially right now, in the front. And then I will put those little boxes up here. That's where I keep them. Also, my camera died, so I wasn't able to film this, but this is where I keep all of my underwear and socks. So what I actually did is I went through all of them. I took all the crap out that I don't need, all the old underwear. Girls, this is your freaking sign. Get rid of your underwear that you do not need. This is what I also do as well. I always buy new underwear or new socks, but then I don't throw out the old ones. And then I just don't touch the old ones, but like they're still sitting in there. So it's like, throw them out. So pro tip, when you buy anything new, throw out the old version of what you were obsessed with. If it's stained, if you don't like it, if it's old, stop keeping things you don't need. I feel like that's kind of how, at least for me, my closet always gets so piled up, because I just keep everything, even though it's like I bought something new for a reason. So here I put all the socks that I wear like daily basis, just like to the gym and stuff. And then I put all of my fuzzy socks here. And guys, I honestly never really wear pajamas. So I literally have like 3 t-shirts, this thing for Christmas, cause like that's just the vibe. And I honestly I sleep naked, so I don't really need a drawer for that. And then I have my fancy underwear that I never really wear unless it's like, you know the ones, these are special, okay? But I don't wear them enough. I don't wear the lace. Like, I like things that are very seamless, so there's no point in having both mixed up. And then obviously I have all of my seamless underwear, everything that is very comfortable at the top. So as I am hanging up my jeans on my hangers, I figured let's just continue on the Q&A before I finish this video and not answer anything. So a lot of you guys had asked me how to have confidence in your clothes, etc., especially for fall. And I think the first and most important thing that you always have to check in is within yourself. If you feel good in the outfits that you are wearing, then no matter what trend or whatever's happening in society should never really trump that. But I think something that's really helped me find my style is not trying to follow every single trend, and instead check in with myself about how I feel in these clothes. And I'll give you an example. I've always struggled with getting the right type of jeans for my body, and I don't really fit into like super high-waisted jean pants or like the mom pants. I don't really like it just doesn't look that good on my body, and when I don't look good aesthetically the way that I like to look, I don't feel comfortable. And it's not even just like, oh, I need to look the hottest, but aesthetically, I just know when, you could just tell when somebody's very uncomfortable or when things aren't fitting a certain way. And I want to be careful with saying that, because who am I to say that things should look a certain way? But for me, I have a certain way, a vision of how I want to look and also how I feel. And so I just never felt the best in high-waisted jean shorts or more jeans. And it's not that I don't wear them, because it depends on the style and if I can really find them. But what I know that I always feel the best in are jeans that are mid-rise to low-rise. And these are from True Religion. I'm not gonna take them out, but True Religion is definitely a brand where they have a lot more low-rise, mid-rise. It's kind of the early 2000s, the 90s type of fashion in a way. Obviously they're modern, but knowing my body type and knowing what looks good and what I feel good wearing, which is more low-rise to mid-rise jeans based off of my literal body shape, I will shop at places where their style of clothing does fit my body type. And I understand that there's so many stores and places out there that are technically not inclusive in a way, which obviously should change, and everyone should have all ranges of sizes and whatever. But I just think that there's just gonna be stores where they're not for you. I don't shop at every single store for many reasons, but there's certain main stores that people will shop at that I don't, because I just know that nothing fits my body that way. So I find alternatives. I make sure to look for brands who are representing my style of body. Like if you look at Fashion Nova, look at the body type that those girls have. I don't have that body type. So I'm not gonna go, and listen, I know what will most likely fit good or not on, and just because she has a Kim Kardashian body type doesn't mean that the shirts or the bikinis won't look good on me. But I am just very aware that my body doesn't look like that. So if I'm hoping that that outfit's gonna look the same on me, I know that it's not. So that, first of all, I just don't get disappointed. But second of all, I'm just like not gonna shop for the most part at places where the body types that are fitting these clothes, which look amazing, sure, are not mine. You can fit into every single trend if you really wanted to, but you just need to look at your body type and see, okay, what feels the best on me? What looks good on me? The models that I'm looking at, like, are they anywhere similar? And again, this is not to mean that you can't buy things if you don't want to, but what's helped me save a lot of time and a lot of money is being like, okay, let me be real here. Do I look like the Fashion Nova model? No, I do not, honey. Those jeans, my ass is not gonna fill out in those jeans. I can still wear them, but just no, girl, I'm not gonna look like that, and that's totally fine. So I just love to find pieces of clothing that I know fit well, and if you really struggle with this, just ask yourself, what are the main pieces of clothing that I always pull from my closet? We probably touch 10% of our closets, and for me personally, when I'm going out or when I'm doing something, usually it's the low-rise, the mid-rise jeans if I'm wearing them. It's the cargo pants. It's not usually skirts. It's not usually dresses. When I'm at home or even when I go out, it's usually more smaller tops because I feel comfortable in this top of myself. So I feel comfortable and confident wearing smaller shirts. They also feel more comfortable to me, and I don't have to wear bras in them because they're just like small and almost feels like a bra to me. I'm always wearing, literally always wearing hoodies, and I would say for the most part leggings. And even for leggings, I found that the high-waisted leggings look great on me, but with the flare or the boot cut looks even better than just the straight leg leggings. Doesn't mean that I don't wear them, doesn't mean that they don't look good. I just think my body looks accentuated as much as possible when I have like more of the flare. So recognizing those patterns and also recognizing the colors that I tend to pull towards, that's where I always try and focus and keep my attention on when it comes to trying to find new pieces for each season of my life. No matter what, I'm still kind of keeping this framework of like, I know my body type, I know what looks good on me, and you know, this trend over here where it's like super high-rise skinny jeans, like yes, that might be the trend, but I know what looks best and I know what fits best. And this is the thing, like, people don't want to talk about body types. People don't want to put people or themselves in boxes, and I get that. There's so many layers to being a woman and being confident within your body and stuff, but I do think that it's not super harmful for you to kind of like put yourself in some sort of box so you have some sort of framework to work towards so you're not completely lost. And of course, I'm not hanging out my jeans. Oh, also the jeans as well. I know that my body looks the best in more flared out jeans or leggings, so I'll get them as well. So I'm always looking for those little tweaks in my clothing. If you struggle with knowing your body type, if you really are struggling, then I would suggest you follow this girl, or actually subscribe, because it's her YouTube channel. Her name is Ellie Jean Royden, I think. She talks a lot about like body types and those type of systems, and honestly, I don't think it's toxic. I think she even made a video about the body type, you know, the fruit system where you're a pear or you're like hourglass or you're whatever, a freaking brick, She was talking about how sometimes, a lot of the times, the reason why people have so much pushback, right, is because obviously it can definitely be toxic, and like you think that, oh my gosh, if I'm a pear, I can only wear these things, and if I'm a pear, then I'm not as good as somebody who has an hourglass. And that system, essentially, the goal, she was saying, is to try and morph your body and make it look as if it's a hourglass shape, which obviously is not helpful, because we shouldn't be striving to get to a certain body type or a certain shape, because literally, naturally, our bodies can only like be shaped in so many ways unless you go get work done. And instead, she talks about this Kibbe body types thing, which have like 10 or 12 types of body types. But she was even saying like, obviously there's flaws in that too, and people will get mad about that type of body type because it's like, why are you putting people in boxes in this? But she was saying, once you kind of know your body type, once you know if you have more harsher features or softer features, and it's not harsh like it's bad, but just like defined features. Like for me, I have defined collarbones, I have defined shoulders, I have certain things that are very defined, I have very defined hips. So there's gonna be pieces of clothing that sit on me a certain way and either make me look better or make me look not as good. And it's not about like not looking good, it's really just about, does this accentuate my amazing features? And it's not about hiding these things, but it's like there are gonna be pieces of clothing and colors of clothing and styles of clothing that really enhance your beautiful natural body. So like, why not learn what kind of works a little bit better? And honestly, you don't even really need a body type system to tell you what looks good if you really just check in with yourself and say, do I like how I look right now? Do I feel confident in this? Do I feel comfortable in this? Okay, I know you can't really see me and my camera just died, so I don't remember what we were talking about, but we will answer the rest of the questions. But what I'm gonna do now is color coordinate everything. So I don't really do it perfectly, but I just do it so it looks visually appealing and I know where everything is. I'm going to start with having like reds, and then more into blues, and then yellows, more into like the beige, brown, gray, and then we're gonna get darker and darker. So that's what I'm going to do. I still have like a bunch of stuff over here to put into my closet, as well as my new hoodies, and I know you cannot see me, in my other closet, which I want to bring in here because that's where I put all my hoodies on. So we're gonna do that and we shall be back. Okay, I made the executive decision to not put my hoodies in this closet because honestly, we're getting a little bit full here. And I kind of just want to have all my hoodies that I know that I'm going to be going through a lot. Because listen, I work from home. I do most things from home. And I'm a very cold girl. I'm always wearing sweaters. So me wearing, like pulling out a sweater, like happens more often than me pulling out anything ever in my closet. So what I'm gonna do is use my office closet and put all of my hoodies that are just like the most worn, and then keep everything in here. But I just wanted to tell you guys what I did because I don't have a dresser. I've always lived in condos. I never really had a lot of space. So these are just great to just put in things that you could fold. So I have one bin for my bikinis, all of my summer stuff. So that's gonna come to the far side. And then I have my jean shorts, things that I'm not gonna wear anymore. That's also gonna go far side. And then I have a huge thing of my leggings because I have so many leggings. And then I have one for all of my joggers. I still have a few more, but whatever, that's fine. And then I have one for my sports bras for the gym, and then my shorts for the gym because these are like the most worn. So what I'm gonna do is put the most worn at the front, of course. So my workout gear is like the most important, and my joggers, and then leggings because I don't know, it depends, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, this closet is done. It doesn't really look that color coordinated, but I swear it technically is, okay? Like you can see the reds, the blue, whatever. It doesn't look perfect, but it's honestly perfect for me. Like I know where everything is. And of course down here, like everything is so organized. I am so freaking, I feel like a new bitch. So I do think that this has to be my favorite part of the video for sure, because we are gonna be hanging some hoodies. Listen, these hoodies are basically already hung, and this whole entire closet definitely needs to be revamped. This is my closet for like my suitcases. I have endless amounts of bags. Buff Bunny keeps sending me these backpacks, which are beautiful and amazing. I have one in black and I'm getting one in brown. Like I have so many bags that I need to like do a whole bag thing, but I figured if I keep my hoodies in here, it's going to force me to eventually go through everything. And I know you can't really see much, but anyways, I just feel like I should show you my hoodies. This is not sponsored. I do have a code, AliciaTT, which I'll have down below if you want money off of a White Fox order. This is where I got these sweaters from, but I feel like I'm just so passionate about hoodies that I want to show you guys them. And listen, I bought 2 of them and then they sent me a bunch, but I'm telling you, would have absolutely bought them anyways. But you know what I was thinking? I feel like sometimes we feel like we don't know how to dress, or we're not dressing for our body type or whatever it is if we wear lounge clothes or if we wear comfy clothes. And on one hand, maybe if you're always wearing hoodies because you don't know what else to wear, then sure. But I don't wear hoodies because I don't have anything else to wear. I wear them because it's comfortable and I'm at home a lot of the times. But what makes me feel even more put together, even in loungewear, is buying pieces that I actually like. Like, I think back in the day when I used to be in high school and I would want to like hide my body, I would wear oversized sweaters. But first of all, these oversized sweaters weren't good quality. They weren't really comfy and they were not cute. So it's like, even if I was a hoodie girl, which I really only was a hoodie girl because I didn't know what else to wear, but in my bones, I am still a hoodie girl, and I realize I actually love rocking hoodies because I make sure to spend my money on good quality ones that I actually think are cute, and I make sure to wash them correctly. Okay, this is the thing. I feel like a lot of the reasons why we don't feel so good in our clothes a lot of the times is, I mean, yes, if we've gone through the tips of like knowing your body type and seeing what works for you and just letting yourself like what feels comfortable, what doesn't. But I honestly think sometimes it's because we don't know how to take care of our clothing. And this can get really deep, but realistically, I used to be somebody in high school who didn't really, I would dry everything. I would tumble dry everything. And then I realized you're not even really supposed to dry many things. You hang your leggings, hang your sweaters, wash them correctly. And when I started doing that, and this is like in my older years, I started doing that, I was like, holy crap, for one, my clothes are not getting ruined. I thought it was always these stores. Now, mind you, some stores, yes, they don't have good quality, but you could ruin the highest quality piece of clothing if you're not washing it correctly. So learning how to wash your clothes, I swear, will save you money, it will save you time, and it will also just make you feel like you're actually wearing the high quality piece of clothing that you once bought. But honestly, I think when it comes to taking care of your clothing and doing your organization and, you know, putting everything nicely back into place, regardless of how much you spent on that piece of clothing, I think it really makes you feel like you're wearing any sort of like luxury item or like high quality item. Some of my most favorite pieces of clothing are ones that I feel comfortable in and ones that are like just cute, which you can find any piece of clothing that's cute. And 3, because I take care of them. I no longer throw my stuff, that's a lie, I throw my stuff here and there, but I make sure that I'm not just like putting it in piles and letting it go into the dust and not taking care of them and not cleaning them and not hanging them up properly, not drying them properly. And I take so much more pride in my clothes. And so, you know, to me, it doesn't really matter how much I'm spending on an item. It's how am I taking care of it? How am I viewing this piece of clothing? And of course, does this clothing, like, does it represent me? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel confident? Do I feel whatever in this piece of clothing? And again, it's not like you can't wear jeans if you find that you struggle with wearing jeans. You just have to find the places that carry jeans that fit your body type. And I really do think that there are so many endless amounts of places, and it's not fair sometimes that we have to look really hard for things. And I think maybe even people might be upset with me saying that, because you might look at me and be like, oh, it's so easy for you to say because you can fit into these clothing. There are these pieces of clothing, which yes, I can for the most part, but there's so many pieces of clothing that do not look good on me. I promise you. There are so many pieces of clothing that I see the Pinterest girls wear, that I see people from TikTok that just doesn't accentuate what it needs to accentuate, and I also don't feel comfortable in it and whatever, or like certain colors. So you can take my tips or you can leave them. And somebody had asked me like, oh, like what happens if I don't fit into one aesthetic? You don't ever have to fit into one aesthetic. Have you seen my Instagram? I literally will wear like a silk black dress with heels and a slick back ponytail and look like I'm definitely 32 years old. Or I will wear this like frilly shirt with like this little Sherpa American Eagle sweater with my hair in curls and I look way younger. Or like I'm wearing my headphones with one of these White Fox sweaters and look like a downtown aesthetic girl. I rock whatever aesthetic that I want, and I have many sides to me, so it definitely depends. It depends on the weather, it depends on where I'm going. But even though there's different places that I go that I dress a certain way, there's still, I always allow myself to have that flair of me in it. So wearing a silk black dress to me with a slick back ponytail, I feel super sexy in it. I feel amazing. I don't feel like I need to add too many things to that outfit to make it feel more like me. I do think that that is me. But let's say like I wasn't fully comfortable in wearing that silk black dress. Maybe if you still want to wear something that's like similar to that, add a little flair into it. So maybe it's like a cool little bag that you have that's your favorite bag, or you know, maybe it's not wearing super high heels because they're uncomfortable, but you're wearing like a smaller heel because that's what you feel comfortable in and you actually like those better. Or maybe you're wearing Nikes that are very, very clean, and maybe we're not talking about going to the ROM right now. Maybe it's a little bit more casual, but like there's certain things that you can add, or just different hairstyles. Like when I slick back my hair, it's giving a different vibe. It's giving a vibe like dark feminine energy vibe. That's what I like to go for when I'm going out sometimes. So let's say you are that dark feminine, but let's say you don't really like to dress up that much. Maybe do that slick back ponytail so that you kind of remember like, hey, this is me, this is who I am. I'm still me, even if I'm wearing a dress, or even if I'm wearing, you know, when you go to the workforce. Like obviously when we go to like a 9-to-5 job, very corporate, there's gonna be things that you're probably not gonna wear like out with your girlfriends, which is fine, but you can still add a little flair. You can add like a piece of jewelry, or I don't know, like do something beautiful with your makeup or your hair, or you have a bag or whatever it is. Or you don't have to wear the exact same style of jean, let's say, that everyone else is wearing at school. You can wear the high-waisted jeans, but maybe it's like a different color that you like. For me, something that I really like to do as well is when I go out, I like to make sure that like the shoes and the bag and the accessories, they all like match. They're all very cohesive. Like that's what really ties in an outfit for me. And so I don't even really focus too much on like, you know, how insane my body should be looking in this dress, or like this dress in itself, like this huge expensive dress, or this dress that just like pops like crazy. What I'll do is make sure everything is very like clean girl, like everything is matching, whatever it is, whatever type of jewelry I have. And that makes me feel very put together, and I don't have to spend a lot of money doing that. So it's just like finding little things that work for you. And I think that we second guess ourselves a lot. We second guess ourselves so much. We go on the internet, we're like, oh, what should I wear to school? Or what should I wear to this event? Or like, how should I style this? But it's like, at the end of the day, always come back to, what do you feel? Do you feel good in this? Does it feel awkward to put a belt here? Like, you know, do you like more of a short sleeve or a long sleeve? What do you feel comfortable in? And I know it can be difficult because a lot of people are not happy with their bodies, but it's like, the more you just allow yourself to wear what you actually want, take care of yourself, I think that you will be more confident than anyone that you look up to on Pinterest that has like the perfect aesthetic outfit. That's really just like also not real life. And I think that the more that you wear things that make you feel good, you will start to become that Pinterest girl. Like when I look at my, not only do I look at my photos, but when I actually look at myself in the mirror, when I'm wearing an outfit that just every single piece of it is me, I feel like the ultimate Pinterest girl, even though if you were to take a photo of me in that moment, I probably wouldn't really look like a Pinterest girl to you because I'm just wearing like, let's say like flare leggings. But I feel like that girl because those flare leggings accentuate me, they fit me properly. I'm wearing something that I'm comfortable in, and the color scheme is like amazing for me, whatever it is. So anyways, let's really go through the sweaters that you will see me wearing literally all fall and winter. And when I do go out, I don't know, I haven't even really thought about getting fall clothing, honestly, because I'm somebody that's a homebody and I live in Canada, so it gets really, really cold. So we'll see. I do have a lot of different jackets and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna do that closet today. By the way, like, do you see how many tote bags I have? This is insane, and we don't need to talk about it. So I have this beige hoodie, and this is another thing, right? Like if you like something, like if you like wearing hoodies, then maybe consider getting like the same hoodie or different hoodies, obviously, but they're hoodies in different colors, instead of like you only owning one hoodie and then you have like a t-shirt and you have a long sleeve shirt and you have a very tight sweater because it's like a normal thing to have in your wardrobe, yet all you usually wear is hoodies. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like for me, when I know that something fits right, I'm like going back and getting the same thing in every color. I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's like I need to make sure that I feel comfortable, and I'm not gonna just buy a bunch of stuff, which I used to always do. I used to always buy things like on trend, but then never wear them because they're not functional and they're like for one thing. So anyways, this other white fox hoodie, which I freaking love, and in the back it has like hot pink. I don't know how much this is coming across off of camera, but Again, amazing, beautiful. I have this hot pink one, which I'm so excited to wear on the podcast because I feel like it'll just give it a pop of color, and it says White Fox Society. Not me doing a freaking free brand deal for White Fox right now, but I really love them. I really do love White Fox. I got this White Fox hoodie, which is like a purple color with orange in the back, and I've had this a while. This is the one that I actually bought from them. I got this dark gray one, which this is definitely giving downtown girl Pinterest aesthetic. Also, if you're wondering, these are all in size medium and large. Okay, one thing I actually want to say about this sweater particularly. So like, it says White Fox on here, whatever, and it's like a gray. The thing is this one is probably not my favorite out of all of them, like this color, even though it's pretty cool. But since I got these sweaters, I have been wearing this one the most. And so this is what I mean by, you want to like witness how many times you're wearing a piece of clothing and ask yourself why. I haven't actually asked myself why, but I think I know. When I was thinking about it, well, it's like this color goes with most things. So anytime that I'm doing something, I just grab something that like would look cohesive color-wise for the most part, whatever I'm doing. So it's very clear that this is the color that most likely is one of my favorites for the season or my clothing, even though I'm not really conscious of it. So now when I'm going to shop, most likely I'm gonna pick something that's similar to this color because I know that I'm gonna wear it. I know that I'm gonna wear this. Am I gonna wear the pink one all the time? Probably not, honestly, right? And this is what you have to really like ask yourself before you jump on trends. Like, first of all, do I have the basics? And then if I have the basics, yes, then can I add maybe some pop of color here and there? But if you're not a pink girl, but you just saw it on somebody because it's cute, then it's like, maybe just save your money for something else, or like make sure you have all your basics first. The last one that I have, this is another one that I bought, and honestly, this one is my favorite, I think. I don't know, I really like the blue and the leisure and the gray and the whatever, so maybe I don't have a favorite, but I do think that this is my favorite one because of the blue in the back. Like, I freaking love this blue. And I ordered a chair, which I hope is similar to this blue, we will see. But yeah, like I wear this a lot. And you know what? One thing that I'll also say too is wear your stuff, wear your new clothing. There's been so many times where I haven't wanted to wear this because I don't want to ruin it, but it's also like, okay, you bought it, wear it, literally wear it, and make sure you take care of it. So especially for my hoodies, which I don't know, this one kind of has a little bit of a thing on it because I didn't realize. It's actually fine. But I used to always like eat with my hoodies on, or if I got a little stain on it, I dropped something on it, I would just like let it be for a while. But now I make sure if I ever spill anything on any piece of my clothing, honestly, I go right away, and I don't care if I'm eating on the most comfy place, I will take it off, I will take the stain off, and I will wash it, I will do whatever I need to do. Or like, again, not letting my clothes sit everywhere or in the dryer, putting them in because I'm lazy. Like, I make sure to get on that because at the end of the day, I've gone through so many pieces of clothing that I do not wear. Spent so much money when I didn't have money on things, and just didn't love the pieces of clothing that I had. And I do think mainly it was because I didn't know my body type and I didn't feel confident in things, and I was shopping at the wrong places, like, honestly, but also because I just was not respecting my clothes and taking care of my clothes. Okay, I know you guys cannot see what's in this closet really. These are just like my jackets that I will tend to use more in the fall. I haven't bought any new ones, but I'm always raving about this Sherpa jacket. This is from American Eagle. Right now, I think they're unavailable, but I have it on my Like to Know It. By the way, all the clothes that I have, except for White Fox, because I can't get it on Like to Know It, will be, if I can find the link, I will have it on my Like to Know It. Honestly, guys, you need to get those velvet hangers because I don't think they've ever come more in handy than especially when I'm hanging up my jackets. Like, it's annoying when things fall off for sure in like your closet, but something about jackets, them not staying on a hanger, is so annoying. Alo so kindly sent me this Sherpa jacket, which I've been wearing and loving this as it gets a little bit colder. I know it's not like too cold yet, but that's what I've been loving to wear. And I think for jackets as well, there's so many trendy jackets that you can get. You just need to find what one do you feel comfortable in and get a color that you know will work with most things. The last thing I quickly want to talk about is shopping tips and like actually going out and like finding things that work for you. And a lot of you guys were asking like, what do I do if I don't have a lot of time to shop? And this is what I do. For one, I don't shop on days where everyone's at the mall. And I know it can be difficult because let's say you work a 9 to 5 or you're in school, but honestly, trying your best like to go on the off days will help so much because I feel like you just cannot think. You cannot think. There's a million lines, there's everything everywhere. And I feel like when you're trying to find something that works for you, especially if you're really struggling and you don't have a lot of confidence in your body already, like the last thing that you want to do is to go in a busy mall, everything's chaotic, you feel like you have too many options, by the way, because there's a million things that are being presented to you, but also, you know, like maybe you're nervous or like whatever. So I think go on non-busy days if you can, go during the weekdays, go early in the morning if you can. Another thing is always go with some sort of list, and you might not know, but like some of the tips that I've talked about, and like once you figure out your body type more and you look at your own clothes and you say, I've been wearing more of these, I really like this, or I like this color. Write it down, write the color, write your sizes, write exactly what you are looking for, especially if you're going for like a bigger shop. So that way when you get into the mall, you know exactly what stores you're going to and what you're looking for exactly and what colors, so that you don't stop and look at every single thing because there's a million things all the time. There's different colors and then you go home and you're like, why do I have all these things? Like, walking through the mall aimlessly and with no direction does not help. And like I just said, what I always do is I make sure to check my sizes when I go to stores because I don't shop that much. So I always forget them usually. So I always write them down in my phone, like my jean size, my short size, any like whatever, especially if I go to the same stores I usually do. I always usually forget. So making sure you check your sizes and also making sure you wear something comfortable when you do shop. And obviously the tip of just shopping online would be an alternative. But I think sometimes with shopping online, you are also shown so many options that it's like never ending. So you have to kind of like cut the time off. And I think what helps is you having the list and you knowing why you're even here shopping in the first place. Another thing I always like to do, and I never used to do this because I was always so nervous, was to ask the people on the floor to help me find something. Or like when you go into a store and everyone's like, oh, hi, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for anything? And you say no, but genuinely like you are. There's definitely times where I'm not looking for anything and I don't want their help and I'll just say no. But if you're looking for something specific, it will save you so much time if you ask them because they know what's in stock. They know the colors and the styles, they know, so they can bring you exactly to where you need. And on top of that, they can get your sizes. This is another thing. When you go to the change room and you're trying something on and you're not sure if something fits correctly, if you're like, I guess it kind of does, but I'm wondering, should I try that? Oh, I'll just get it. Please make sure if you are not 100% about the fitting or the style or the color, go and ask them to get you a new one. Don't be afraid, by the way, to ask them to get you a size. Sometimes people are not there, but don't be afraid to ask for another size so that you don't have to put on your stuff and then go back out, because that's another barrier and then you're not gonna do it, and then you're just like, you're not gonna either find something that really works for you or you're gonna get something that's like off color or not the right size. Try things on. Now, I know that there's like horror stories of girls who work in change rooms who it's like giving like judgy vibes or whatever. Don't worry about what people are thinking or doing. Everyone is so hyper focused on their own body and their own appearance. And if anyone is looking at you, if anyone is judging you, if anyone is like in your own space or whatever it is, just understand that there's something like a little bit unwell about them for being so critical or hyper focused, or maybe they're judging you or something like that. So then it's a void, in my opinion. When somebody's like projecting an opinion on me that's like very negative and not nice, it's void to me. Like there's something wrong with you. And I don't mean it in like the worst way ever, but it's just like, that person's not happy and nice. Because when I go into the change rooms, I understand that there's people who are nervous and they're not confident within their bodies. I used to look at those mirrors and literally like tell myself, maybe next summer, maybe next summer, maybe next summer, until I stopped judging myself. But I guess this is another point. Stop judging yourself so critically, the stuff that you're wearing. But I feel like what helps you stop judging yourself so critically is actually finding the sizes that fit you, the styles, the materials that work with your body, the things that accentuate you. Because I used to be in high school, like I would try on 00 Hollister jean shorts because that's what everyone was wearing. Literally, like the girls in school, like we would all be like, oh, what size are you? What size are you? She's 00, she's 00. So I would go and I would try and fit into them, and the fat on my stomach would be like falling over the jeans because they didn't fit me, but I would 10 times more hate my body because I'm trying on things that don't necessarily fit. But if I were to just try the size that actually works for me, I would maybe I wouldn't be ecstatic with how I looked, but I would still not hate my body even more. I really do think a lot of like body dysmorphia, it comes from this place, many places, but it doesn't help that we don't check in with ourselves and like wear sizes that work for us, or colors that work for us, or things that feel good to us. Like it just doesn't help our already low self-worth. I say all these tips in this video hopefully to inspire you to take a deeper look at the way that you're dressing or how you're feeling with the things that you do wear, and stop trying to fit and morph yourself, and instead accentuate and really just check in with yourself. Understand you don't have to be perfect. Understand that you don't have to fit into one box. Understand that you don't need to be perfect. Your worth and your value doesn't come from how you fit into the shirt unless you make it that. Like, unless you literally tell yourself, I am only good if I wear and look like this girl on Pinterest, and if I have this, whatever. It's you. And I get that there's so much programming to make you feel like you have to criticize yourself, but you actually don't. And this is also not to say that we shouldn't not care about our appearance at all. I'm also not in that category. I think that we are women. I'm a woman, and majority of you guys who watch my videos are women. It is fine to want to look good in your outfit. It is fine to look at yourself and be like, oh, I have this body type, like let me like accentuate it this way by buying a piece of clothing, or that, you know, an oversized jean jacket instead of a fitted one, and like it just let it be what it needs to be. I think that it's good that we have preferences in life. I think that it's beautiful that we have different body types. Not everyone needs to be the same. When you learn more about your body type, what looks good on you, what feels good on you, the colors, whatever, you can really start to curate your either online environment or even offline, where it kind of is a reflection of what you are looking for and what you are. I remember I used to have my Pinterest and my Tumblr and my Instagram so completely different than what my body structure was. These girls look nothing like me, which is fine. You can look up to girls who don't look like you. But like I was literally trying to fit into 1,000 different standards, and none of them which even resembled me at all, until I started following girls that would look like me or had the same body type as me, or different hairstyles or whatever. And it wasn't a feeling of like I was forcing myself to like these things because this is how you look and you can't be a part of the girls who wear like hot this, that, and the third. I actually realized, no, the girls who kind of look more like me, and maybe they're wearing the colors that look the best, the way it looks on me, these girls feel very beautiful and very confident, and I actually feel very myself, kind of like getting inspired by these girls or wearing these things that look good on my body type because it looks good on theirs. It's not about, oh, I can't be like these girls over there. Like realistically, if things are not feeling good and things are not working, like you're probably using some sort of standard or some sort of like trend on something that's just probably not meant for you. And some people don't want to hear that, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because if you actually understand your unique beauty and you start to really accentuate that through your makeup and through your clothing and through your comfortability, I don't think I never look at the other girls that I used to look up to like, oh my God, I'm missing out and I can't wear what they wear. I never ever think that. I never think that. Even, and I know people might be like, oh, well, because you have a body type that can fit into anything. No, there's still things that I do not fit into perfectly the way that I think it looks good on them, and that's fine. Those look great on them. They don't really look the best on me. I could pull it off, but I'm good. I'm good. The trends sometimes are just like meant for certain people, body types, shapes, and that's fine. Just leave it at that. So that's gonna be my tips. If you guys want any more tips, maybe when it comes to like glowing up your face, skincare, makeup, that I've gone through a long journey with that too. It used to be the same thing, and I've taken many years to figure out what really works for me and to feel confident in that and to feel confident in my own skin as well. I did not have good skin as well. Like I had many periods of my life where I had really bad breakouts, not the best skin. Also my hair journey, if you guys listen to the podcast, you know I've had a huge journey with not accepting my hair, and now I'm in a place where I absolutely I can't believe I lived my whole entire life just hating it. Like really, it just really does make me sad, and I can't think about it too much. But anyways, we are here, we went through the journey, and that's the glow up too, right? I mean, my channel is internal, but it's also that external. I spent a lot of my years really learning what works on the external for my external glow up. Versus what I used to think that was going to externally glow me up. So let me know in the comments what you liked, what you want to see next. Please, please, please let me know. I want to see what content. Don't forget I have a podcast, the Glow Secrets podcast on YouTube, but you can also listen to it on Spotify and Apple. And all the links to my clothes, my hangers, my everything will be down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.